Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
Woo! Man, thought we were going to have a good game because it started out good for UNC. They got the ball, go right down the field. I said, okay. I said, Coach Belichick might have got him a stinker. Mm-hmm. But come to find out, all he did, they just pooped on the field. That's the only stink out there. Because, boy, they stunk it up tonight. 48-14, the Horned Frogs travel on the road, go down to Chapel Hill. Woo, Chapel Bill. They need to pray for it. Because they're going to go get real ugly. It's going to get ugly before it get better, Ocho and LT. But 48-14, TCU really had their way with them. Over 500 yards of total offense. They did a great job. They threw the ball well. They ran the ball exceptionally well. And North Carolina, look, I understand it's Coach Belichick's first year there, but you see the talent, the discrepancy. Now, I'm not saying TCU is Ohio State. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're LSU or one of those programs, but they have more talent than the Tar Heels. Yeah. LT, watch this game. I know you had a vested interest in this game. You're a great alum of TCU. What did you like about what you saw from your ball club?
Well, to your point, Unc, we have a veteran team, man. You know, we have guys that have played a lot of football. And, you know, when you have a veteran team, guys that have, you know, been in some tough games, have weathered the storm, you're supposed to win a game like this versus a team, you know, in UNC who has brought in a lot of transfers. There's a lot of turnover. They still don't know what they have yet. So I'm just keeping it honest. We were supposed to win this game. But what I like from my team, like typically we can throw the ball all over the yard. But lately we've had a little trouble running the football to close out games. And you guys know, as an RB, we got to be able to run the football. So that's what I love the most tonight. Is when we had to run the ball in the second half, man, we dominated. We controlled the line of scrimmage. We had like 3 or 4 running backs in there running the football. And I think that bodes well for us in the Big 12.
You took the ball the first play of the drive, the first play of the open of the drive in the second half, and you go 75 yards. The guy goes 75 yards untouched. So it was a harbinger of things to come. Ocho, you watched this ball game. Yeah. There was a lot of fanfare. Everybody's talking about Coach Belichick. We know what he's accomplished at the NFL level. They started going through all his accolades, the 6 Super Bowl wins, the 9 Super Bowl appearances, the 17-18 division titles, and yada, yada, yada. But now he's coaching players, and I think for to a certain point, all coaches have patience. But I think you have to show even more patience now, even though some of these guys are getting paid. Yes. It's not like an NFL roster where every single guy is getting paid. Right. But watching this game, Ocho, what did you? Is there anything you can take positive from what you saw from North Carolina?
I mean, the only thing I can take positive from North Carolina is the head coach, Bill Belichick. That's the only positive thing I can take. You're playing a TCU team. Obviously, you can see the discrepancy in the level of talent at each position. And one thing that Bill Belichick always harped on, is turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. You can't make mistakes. It's one thing. Do your job, and everything else will take care of itself. Now, I'm not sure North Carolina's schedule, and I'm not sure the team they have coming forward. But when it comes to a team that's evenly matched, you know, from skill set to skill set, whether it be defensively or offensively, we will get to see a better outcome from Bill and that coaching staff. Coaches can only do so much, huh?
Yeah.
LT, coaches can only do so much. At some point, you have to go out there and execute. And it's a team game, but it's 11 individuals on the field, and you got to win your job. You got to win your individual battle. And then the outcome of team comes into play. They weren't out-coached, but they were outclassed because of the level of talent that TCU had tonight.
Obviously.
I think they looked
Go ahead.
I think they looked I was going to say, I think they looked a little better when the backup quarterback came in, Max Johnson. I do too. Yeah. They looked a little bit better. He threw the ball a little bit better. They had a little bit better rhythm to their offense. And if you guys know, that's Brad Johnson's son. Yeah. So you know he has the pedigree in order to play the position. So maybe they make that turn to this young man who is obviously has played a lot of football. He's been to LSU, Texas A&M, so he's played a lot of football.
I agree.
I have a question, LT and Unc. I have a question real quick. Will they really make a move already from the starting quarterback after just one game, or do they give him another chance? Will Bill make a move that fast?
The way he looked?
Yeah, he really didn't look good. And the question is, how close was the quarterback battle? Because they said he won the battle. So how close was it? Was it a runaway or was it a last-second decision? Right. But I agree with you, LT, because this young man has played at the top. He was a starting quarterback in the SEC. He was starting quarterback at LSU. He was a starting quarterback at Texas A&M. And for him, I'm surprised that he didn't win the job outright. I think we need to give Mr. Lopez a little credit, but he didn't look good tonight. Now, it's one game. One game is not going to determine, but it's not going to – you can't have a long – Ocho, you only got 10, 11 games. Yeah, I can't wait to 5 games in to say, okay, I'm going to pull the plug. Nah, it's a lot – you get a lot quicker hook in college than you do in the NFL because you have 17 weeks as opposed to like 11 weeks. But look, they're not good. To make a long story short, guys, we talk about, if they have a short leash, a long leash, they're not good. LT, you mentioned it. When you get 70 trained, you got 70 new guys, and you got 30 freshmen. Yeah. Come on, man. What do we expect? Yeah. What do we expect?
And you playing the ACC. Yeah, you playing the ACC. You see how Miami look? Oh yeah, Miami looked good last night, man.
Yes. Or you got Clemson and you got Clemson in that division, in that conference. So North Carolina, the Tar Heels are going to have to be on their best behavior. Now, I'm not saying, look, Wake Forest. We'll see what Wake Forest has, and NC State, and there are a couple of other teams, the Dukes, but. Right now, Carolina needs a lot. I mean, what I was most disappointed in was their defense because that's where Coach Belichick, that's where his son, Steve Belichick, they cut their teeth. They're normally, when you come home, I already knew where my grandfather's hat was supposed to go. So when he took it off and handed it to me, Ocho, I went and put it right on the hat rack because I know where it was supposed to be. The Tar Heels are supposed to be able to hang the hat on what, Ocho? Defense. Yeah. You got the greatest defensive mind and his son.
Hold on, Unc, LT. Listen, you got the greatest defensive mind, right? When he was with the Patriots, he was the greatest defensive mind, but he also had the tools out there on the field to be able to execute everything he brought to his mind.
Yes.
So, but now you're at the collegiate level. You might have
still need horses to run.
Hey, listen.
They didn't stop nothing tonight.
You got to have the talent there. You have to have the talent. Yeah, you got to. You can't have a beautiful mind with a 10-cent finish.
Right.
They didn't stop nothing tonight.
LT, you remember, Ocho, you guys remember we used to be in the game and somebody on defense, watch the run, watch the pass. Yeah, but you can't stop either one of them, so it don't matter what we do.
Right.
You're right. We're going to do one or the other, but you can't stop either one. Mm-hmm. That was the Tar Heels tonight. They couldn't stop anything. Guy had 1 carry, 28 yards. 11 carries, $113 with a 75-yard, a touchdown. 7 carries for 28 yards. 35 for 258. I'm like, bro, are y'all going to
talk about the receiver? The receiver had 10 catches for
11 for 113
some yards. Yes, sir. So they didn't stop nothing. So to your point, like they gotta hang their hat on something. Like that's Bill Belichick's MO. To be able to take something away. And tonight they didn't have the horses to be able to take anything.
Yeah, and in horse racing, look, a good friend of mine, Bob Baffert, he trained 2 Triple Crown winners, American Pharaoh and Justify. But at the end of the day, that plays a role, but he had the thoroughbreds to run. So whether you're Western Soul, D. Wayne Lucas, Suge McGahee, Bob Baffert, it does not matter. If you do not have horses to run, you cannot win significant races. In football, and I don't take anything away from Andy Reid and all these great coaches, but you got to have players. At the end of the day, it is the Jims and the Joes. It ain't no X's and O's because you can have all the minds you want to. It's the Jims and the Joes that's going to determine how good those X's and O's actually are.
Every time.
But not a great start to Coach Belichick's college coaching career. They lose at home 48-14. And outside of that opening drive, that game really wasn't close. Yeah. And they took a knee. They took a knee in a goal-to-goal situation, or they could have had a family, a party-style nugget, a 50-piece on them.
Yeah. They're going to be all right, though, huh? LT, they're going to be all right. They're gonna be all right.
I don't know if they're gonna be all right this year.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have some. They're gonna have some ups and downs, but they're gonna compete. They're gonna compete. Bill is the type of coach that even if you're losing, even with losses like tonight, that's the type of coach you still want to do everything you can for to not only appease him, but to prove the doubters wrong. All those that are going to be talking trash. Because you know what the media gonna do. They're gonna rip them to shreds. They was waiting for an opportunity like this, waiting to see what the debut looks like, and then you go out there and lose. The players they're gonna step up. They're gonna step up. They're not gonna fold.